All right, guys, we're all ready to go. And so without further ado, I'm going to present to you guys Miami's very own Felia.
Hello. This is our 10th event, if I'm not wrong, in Miami. And every single time we're like, do you think the next one is really gonna be better? Like, it can't be it can't be better. And every single time you guys just show up, and we're so happy. Like, a lot of you guys find us organically, and we're just so thankful that we can put together an event that makes us happy, makes the community happy, adds value. And now we're trying to step up every single time, trying to bring you guys guest speakers, people that can add, to our event and tell us some insights in the industry. In the last meetup at Sable, for some of you that came, we had Lucas, and he was amazing, and we love that format. So now we're like, we got to bring it back. And today we're super, super excited to introduce somebody that I've seen grow for a while. I started following this guy around a few years ago when he was just starting out doing his content, creating his own path in the scene, trying to set himself apart and grinding to what he's done today. So when I wanted to bring somebody, he was the perfect fit. I'm super excited to introduce Grahm Radio, everybody. Make some noise.
Okay, I need everybody to go absolutely insane when I say this. Miami, how we feeling? I can't hear you, Miami, how we feeling? I saw Calvin Harris do that at Ultra in 2012, and I've always wanted to do that in a big crowd in Miami. One more time, Miami, how we feeling? Ah! Okay, I fucking love it. All right, so raise your hand here if you are in the music industry or want to be in the music industry. We're at a music industry meetup, so I think it would make sense. Okay, I want to make something extremely clear to every single person in here. Whatever you do, whether you're an artist, whether you're a producer, whether you make samples, whether you're in tech, whether you're a lawyer, manager, A&R, whatever you do in the music industry, you need business. Am I right? You need clients, right? And we like clients. Why? Because we like money. Can I hear you guys say we like money? Yeah, we want money. All right. So, my name is Grahm, and 6 years ago, I started a channel called Grahm Radio. This is my big, sexy title, How I Turned 20,212 views into 3 million views per month in 2 years using 3 simple tenets. Now, if y'all take anything from what I say in the next, I'm gonna try to keep this around 15 minutes, I want it to be this. You can go viral, and you can build an audience off of your virality. But when I say viral, I do not mean 1 million views per video. What I mean is building an audience that gives a fuck, because that's what really matters. There's a great saying, all you need is 1,000 true fans, and that is absolutely possible. All right, this was supposed to be a PowerPoint, but we have PDF, so we're working. Wait, hold on. There we go. Content matters because of one word, reputation. Reputation is everything. Reputation can help you build the biggest business in the world, or it can get you canceled and in jail. So you need a reputation. And the more short form content you put out, the bigger your reputation will be. Now, how do you make short form content without pulling your fucking hair out? We're gonna get to that. These are the 3 tenets of Grahm Radio. Respect for time, authenticity, and simplicity. First, hold on, a bit of history. So who am I? What is Grahm Radio? We're going to go through this very, very quickly and then get into the tenets and then the practical steps. About 6 years ago, I started a podcast called the Grahm Radio Podcast. Think of the Joe Rogan experience. Long-form interviews. I would bring people in, talk to them about cool music shit. And it was extremely hard. I did all of the hosting. I did all of the editing, everything. And the results that I got were garbage. No one cared. No one cared. I did over 200 episodes, hours and hours of filming in my mother's. Give a round of applause to my mother for letting me do my podcast in my bedroom at home while I was studying for the Florida bar exam. So for 2 years, for 3 years, from 2020 to 2023, that's me, I did the Grahm Radio podcast, where I brought interesting people in, talked to them about music. But what I discovered was this. When I would walk into a networking event or go to a DJ show or whatever it was, people would come up to me and they would say, "Oh, you're Grahm. I loved your episode with whoever, DJ Albert or whoever the hell." I would ask them, "Oh, what was your favorite part of the episode?" And they would say, "Oh, well, I saw the clips online." So, like, why am I making these full, long videos, podcasts on YouTube when all people are watching is short-form content? So, that's the first era of Grahm Radio. And these are some clips, these are some videos that I did. Era number 2 was the era of short form, okay? This is where I brought people in and I had them teach people how to use DJ equipment. I continued to do interviews. This is Moshak, a very big DJ. And I had people come in and film house music sets in my apartment. Now, you might be wondering, how was the short form doing? Really fucking good. I was starting to get like 2,000 or 3,000 views every single video that I posted, and I was posting a lot. And how was the long form content doing? Can everybody say shitty? Really shitty. The long form content was doing really shitty because I did not know what I was doing, okay? Now, what started to happen was I was posting these. This obviously is not me. This is a wonderful DJ, Anaya Rose. I started to post more tutorials in short form, and for the first time ever, I started to hit 20K, 30K, 50K, 100K views on short form. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just doing short form. And that leads us to the current era. This screenshot was taken today. I have a bunch of followers, which is great. That being said, your followers is more of a vanity metric. What really matters is the amount of views. That's why the cover of this presentation said 3 million views a month, not this many followers. But nonetheless, I'm fully focused on short form. So let's get into the tenets. Okay. Do we know who these people are? Can anyone tell me who these people are? Who's this? Joe Rogan. And who's this? Wait, who said that? Can you sit down here?
That's Joe K.
Right, and who's Joe K?
Selection.
Yes. So, Joe Rogan started the Joe Rogan Experience in 2009. Joe K started Soulection in 2011. Let's just talk about Joe Rogan for a second. In 2012, I was in high school, and someone came up to me and said, "Hey, the guy from Fear Factor has a podcast." And I said, "Great, don't care." And I went on with my day. About 3 years later, someone sent me an episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. I listened to it, and I said, "Oh, that was a great podcast. Wow." He was talking about like conspiracies and the pyramids, and it was an episode with Graham Hancock, if you know who that is. And then I put it down, because it's like, okay, cool, that was a fun podcast. I don't care, like whatever. In 2018, I became one of the biggest fans of Joe Rogan. I listened to every single episode. Someone had sent me an episode from 2018, and I dove into all of the history, all of the lore. Why? Why am I saying this? Time. I looked back into his catalog, and he had the fucking receipts. I was able to scroll back and see that he has not stopped doing the exact same thing for years. Now, he is obviously very successful and has had a successful podcast for a long time. But that does not matter. What matters is the receipts. He kept doing the exact same thing for a very long time. Joe K runs Selection, and I have the exact same story. Found him in 2014, listened to some of his mixes, forgot about it. Found him again in 2019, listened to a bunch of his mixes, forgot about it. 2021, listened to damn near every single Selection, bought all of the merch, went nuts with Selection, because I trusted him. If you have respect for time, you can be successful in anything, no matter what it is. This goes for any business. This goes beyond the music industry. If you just continue to do the same thing for an incredibly long time, people will recognize. And what does that build? A reputation. Let's fucking go. When I was studying for the Florida bar exam in 2020, I was in the basement of the library after a 6-hour study session, months into studying. I needed a break. And I stood up and I thought to myself, what kind of person do I want to be? What kind of lawyer do I want to be? What do I want to be doing with my life? And then I thought, what can I do with my life? And then I thought, okay, what have I done with my life? Right now I'm 31, I was 25 at the time. So I thought, okay, where was I at 15? I was in high school, and I thought about every single thing that has happened in my life from the age of 15 to 25. I was in high school, playing water polo, girlfriends, whatever. I thought about all of the things that have happened in 10 years. It took me maybe 30 minutes to do this. Now, I tell this story because I want to make something clear. You can do so much in 10 years, and 10 years goes by like that. It really does. So pick something and do it a lot. Okay. So authenticity. It would be wonderful if anybody knew what this book was. It's okay if nobody does. Has anybody read Jonathan Livingston Seagull? It's okay if the answer is no. Okay, everybody say no! Okay. So Jonathan Livingston Seagull is about a seagull. In the beginning of the book, there's a big flock of these seagulls, and they're all hanging out on the fisher's boat. Except for one seagull, literally, Jonathan Livingston Seagull. He's up in the air, and his entire goal is to fly as fast as he possibly can. And he flies. He's all the way up in the air, and he darts through the flock of seagulls. All the seagulls are like, what the fuck was that? All the seagulls get mad at him. All the seagulls are like, why can't you just be like us? Be a normal seagull. But Jonathan Seagull says, no, I don't care. All I want to do is fly fast. And Jonathan Seagull got ostracized from the flock. He had to leave. He went on a full adventure and learned how to be the fastest seagull in the world. He did something different. He did something that he gave a fuck about. He did something that he actually cares about, other than what everybody else was doing, other than what everybody thought that you should be doing as a seagull. And when he left, he met the world. He went to music industry meetups. He learned how to fly the fastest. And when he returned to his flock of seagulls, he was essentially like, what's it called when someone is he was like a deity. People looked up to him. Now, all of that to say this. Do not give a fuck. Okay? Genuinely, do not give a fuck. Hot dogs and shit talk. Which one should we start with? Shit talk? Okay, we'll start with the shit talk. When I was about 3 years into Grahm Radio, doing interviews nonstop, bringing people into the studio to record mixes, trying to make music, making my own mixes, I received pages of a group chat of people who I thought were my friends. Yeah, can I get an ooh? Ooh. They were calling me cheap. They were saying, what the fuck is Levi doing? My first name is Levi. They were calling Grahm Radio weird. Do not give a fuck. I don't care. All that happened next was IRL cutting them out of my life, unfriending people out of my life. Goodbye. Because if you're doing something that is truly authentic, if you're learning how to fly as fast as you possibly fucking can, then who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks of that? You know what I mean? Okay, now hot dogs. So the other side of do not give a fuck is hot dogs. If you open up a hot dog stand in Central Park and you post about it online and you tell your whole family, hey everyone, all your friends and family, hey everyone, come to my hot dog stand. Ask me about my wiener. Like you know, the movie Accepted. Okay, never mind. All of your friends and family will come out and they'll support your hot dog business and they'll buy a fucking hot dog and they'll be really excited about your hot dogs on day one. But the people who are really gonna support you are the people who actually really like hot dogs. You're not gonna rely on your friends and family to buy a hot dog every single day. Why? Because your friends and family... what is it? Your friends and family... They don't give a fuck. So you have to give a fuck about your hot dogs. Thank you. Okay. So the third tenet is simplicity. Now we're going to get kind of technical here. Okay, by a raising of hands, who here thinks that your business could do better if you posted more short form? Okay, pretty much... Like, I would say like 80, 90% of the people here raise their hands. I'm gonna give you some really practical tips on short form content. Okay, so pay attention. The entire goal is to make it easy for yourself. You need to figure out a way to make a lot of videos so that you can flood the market and let the entire world know what your business is. Now, you do not need to be on camera saying, I operate... I'm a DJ, or I'm in tech, or I do R&B, or whatever it may be. You can post art, you can write cool articles about things with interesting pictures. Think of your channel less as, you know, about you and more about a topic. And you can be the host of that topic, you can be the author of that topic, whatever it may be. Now, I'm gonna go through a couple of my own methods. By the way, you should please follow Grahm Radio, that's my account. I set up my camera just like this, and let's say that I wanted to talk about music industry meetups, and I would want to tell people how awesome it is. I would look at the camera, and this is literally how I film. I want to do this is a full demonstration. This is actually how it goes. Music industry meetups is the greatest... Okay, I fucked that up. Okay. No, this is literally how it goes. No. Like, I'm doing as many takes as possible. I should use this in short form too. Music industry meetups is one of the great, but the thing is, I don't want to say one of, because that's like a minimizing word, you know what I mean? So, okay. I don't know if Miami has ever seen a music networking event like music industry meetups. This room is packed. Everybody here, wait, can I hear some noise from everybody here? Everybody here is all over the music industry. They are in all different genres and all sections. And if you think that you should come to a music industry meetup, you're right. Nice. So what I would do there is I would, like, you know, you remember my first two takes that I didn't like? I would cut those first two takes out and just use that last take. And then I would stop recording, start recording again, and then move on to the next thing that I'm talking about. So that's very, very sort of micro how I make content. Okay. Okay, so I have a Patreon, and after this, when I'm done with this presentation, which is about to be over, by the way, there's gonna be a Q&A all about short form. This is one of my Patreon's questions. He said, for you, where does the balance lie between being a DJ and a content creator / influencer? And which side do you feel you sit on more? So this is a great question because I think it applies to everyone. if you're in the music industry, you're probably doing a lot of different things. You probably wear a lot of different hats. So, you know, let's say for someone in R&B, maybe they're producing their own music, maybe they're singing it as well, maybe they're mastering it. They're also the one creating all the content. They're also the one putting it on DSPs. They're the one they're doing everything. They're booking their own shows. So they're a booker, they're a music maker, they're a marketer, all of this stuff. Now, it's all one thing. Do I feel like more of a DJ or a content creator or an influencer? I feel like Grahm Radio. Like, and you should feel like whatever your business is too. It's all encompassing. And for this final slide before the Q&A, I want you all to take a picture of this slide. These 3 interviews, Mr. Beast on Joe Rogan, Mr. Beast on Colin and Samir, and Jack Conti on Colin and Samir completely changed the way that I view creating content. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because these are the best. If you want to get into content creation, this is required reading and listening. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And thank you. And I'm hoping that we have. Does anybody have any? It's the Q&A. Yes. Okay. We have a question. What's your name, sir? Here, wait. Come.
What's up, brother?
What's your name, sir?
Morty.
Morty.
Yeah.
Like Rick and Morty.
Like Rick and Morty.
Okay. Cool. Give it up for Morty. Okay, Morty. What's your question?
How do I know if the niche that I'm going after is the correct niche?
You are the niche. The way that I view Grahm Radio is that Grahm Radio is nothing more than a window into my brain. So I talk about the things that I really, really care about and really, really like. Everybody in here is into whatever they're doing. So I recommend diving as deep as fucking possible into it. So that's how you know if you're in the right niche. If you feel like what you're doing becomes a job or you're not really into what you're talking about, then you're in the wrong niche.
Wow. Okay, that's a whole new perspective, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Come. What's your name?
Ash, how much time did you spend to like refine the content, such as like a hook or how you're editing it to make sure that it's like consistently consumable?
Give it up for Ash. Thank you. Okay, so Ash, it sounds like your question is, how do I make good content? Like, how do I come up with a hook, right? Is that kind of...
More like, did you actually spend time refining how you are doing that and focusing on how do I capture them right away, and also focusing on like the speed of how you're giving them what you're giving them?
It's a muscle. It's something that you suck at first. And the only way to get amazing at something is being cringe. I'm not even kidding. You have to be willing to be cringe as fuck for a long time before you're good at anything. The first time you go into the gym and you're doing squats, you're not going to be putting 45s on each side. You're really not, because you're going to be weak. But if you keep going and you keep on getting better and better at it, your hooks are going to be unique to your brand. So I would say that's how I do it. Like don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck.
Woo! Okay. I'd love another question. Yeah, come. What's your name?
My name is Alza.
My name is Jeff. Sorry. I was stupid. Okay.
My name is Jeff. All right, so my question is... Alza, A-L-Z-A. So my question is, on the days that you feel overwhelmed with like, oh, what do I create? How do you find motivation or ideas to create more content?
So that's a great question, actually. I would say, I'm going to change your question a little bit, because I never really don't have things to talk about, because at this point, I receive hundreds of unreleased house music tracks every single week. So there's always things for me to talk about. But sometimes I'll be like, fuck, man, I don't feel like making content today. You know what I mean? And you know what I do on those days? Maybe I just won't make content. Like, to be quite honest with you, like, if your muscles are, going back to the gym explanation, if you're sore, give yourself some rest. Now, if I absolutely need to make content, which happens all the time, I suck it up. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't need to make content and you really, really don't feel like making content, just have a good night. Like, whatever. Go and meditate. Drink some water. Like, it really doesn't matter. But, like, if you need to make it, then you got to just suck it up and make it. You know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, give it up for Azar. What was it? Azza. Give it up for Azza. Okay. Come. Oh, shit. What's your name?
Zoe, thank you, Graham. Woo! Applause to you. You mentioned long form and short form content. My question is for an artist to maybe launch a new brand. Do you think long form content like journalism articles are still important to then put them in short form content or only short form content?
Zoe, I'm so happy you asked that because I want to make something really, really clear. Long-form content is incredibly important. Long-form content is something that I have not mastered. I'm not going to stand in front of all of you and bullshit you and pretend like that's something that I have mastered. But all types of content are important. I would say that just get really, really good at what you can get really, really good at and keep on putting it out over the course of years. Remember, respect for time. So if you're putting out blogs, great. I always say, if you go outside and you take a picture of a blade of grass every single day, in 8 years, grass companies are going to be mailing you their grass. You're going to be the grass guy. So if you're blogging, whatever it may be, just keep putting it out. Another thing that I say is you have to flood the market. And you have to not give a fuck about anybody's opinion of you flooding the market. If they think that you're putting out too much content, then they can just like unfollow you. Who cares? There's so many people. There's so many people. It doesn't matter. Do you really care if like Stacy from 2nd grade isn't following you on Instagram anymore? Like, who cares? You have a yeah, fuck Stacy. Can I get a fuck Stacy? Yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Zoe.
Long form is important, but always make short form out of long form.
So it's not that long form is any more important than short form. It's that like doing your own thing and continuing to do it is what's important, whether it's long form or short form. If you can get amazing at both, do both. Thank you, Zoe. Give it up for Zoe. Okay, this is fun. Anyone? Any questions? Yeah, come. Okay, what's your name?
Hello everyone, I'm Andrew. So I got a question. If you were to start over again, all of that path of creating content, give me like 5 best tips. Oh, can you give me like 5 best insider tips of starting over with your experience of creating the content, like hooks, using paid ads, like previews and all of that, like creating the idea, the topic and everything.
Okay. Andrew, right? Give it up for Andrew. Thank you. So your question is a bit of a challenge, isn't it? He's not asking me for tips if you are starting over or starting from the beginning. He asked me for 5 tips. So we're gonna get yeah. So my number. Are we good? Okay. We're good. So. Tip number 1, make it easy for yourself. Whatever it may be, don't be the next Werner Herzog. Literally go out and take a very simple video of yourself and post it online. So just start very, very easy. Number 2, that's tip 1. Tip 1, make it easy for yourself. Tip 2, pick a format. I literally recommend doom scrolling, picking a format that you think you can do and make 100 videos in that format over the course of 2 months, okay? Number 3. Don't give a fuck! Oh, number 3. No, number 3. You know what? We're just gonna stick with 2, because I can't think of any others. So, thank you, Andrew.
Appreciate you. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, come. What's your name?
Daniel.
Give it up for Daniel.
So I think this one kind of ties the whole event with a bow. So we're talking about, a lot of online things, right? But like, in your perspective and in your experience, how important is it to also have those offline moments and like, you know, go to events like these? Like how much of that had an impact in your career, like that FaceTime with other people and, you know, in-person stuff as opposed to just like online? And it's a compound question. The other question I had for you is, how were you able to convert that like, you know, virality or that online presence into something that actually materialized for your business?
Your business will be a lot better when everybody in the room that you walk into knows your fucking name. It's just a fact. And that's what it is. So, big in-person networking events and going out and supporting your friends at shows is important, but it should not be sacrificed for building your own online presence. That might be a controversial thing to say. In-person interaction is important, but I personally think that it is a bit overvalued. It is important. Events like this are fucking awesome, but please don't fly to a different in-person event every single weekend. If your boys are having a show and they want you to come out and support every single month, don't. Like, I'm sorry, don't. You have shit to do. You literally have shit to do. So I would say it's very, very important. Like, it's good. Like, what's up, dude? Yeah, it's nice to see you in person. You know what I mean? But I cannot emphasize it enough. It's a lot better when 1 million people know your name than 10. Like, it really is. Yeah. So I hope I mean, it's kind of a controversial thing. I feel like a lot of people say, oh, in person is a lot better. But yeah, you know what I mean? And then, wait, what was the second part?
I mean, it was that, and then like how, but I guess you basically answered it because that online presence, you know, how it materialized for your business, like how are you able to convert that?
It opened every door. Like, literally, when people bigger than you start to reach out to you to work with you, that's when you know you're doing something right. So when I hit 10K, that's when bigger DJs started to send me music. When I hit 50, the same thing started to happen. And now I get emails from the biggest DJs in the world. And I'm not saying this to like brag. Like, I don't want to sound like some fucking douchebag up here. You know what I mean? But like, I'm just telling you. Like, now massive DJs marketing teams reach out to me to help with releases and to help with recognition of like what's going on. I hope that I don't sound like a crazy asshole up here by saying things like this. But it's just like the bigger you get, the bigger the people that like the bigger you get, the more people you'll be able to work with, and those people will be like in higher statuses. Like something that really inspired me maybe 4 or 5 years ago was I listened to an interview with a producer. You know, like he had been producing for like 6 or 7 years or something, and he explained that if you start producing now, today's day one of producing, and you commit to it, Travis Scott will be in your studio in 3 years. And I don't think that that's not realistic. Like, I think that's very realistic. Because it doesn't, like, no one cares how long you've been doing something. You know how many old heads are like, oh, the new tech house wave is so horrible. Music now, there's no good music now. Shut the fuck up. Like, music is so fucking good, and it's never, like, the amount of new music that is amazing that comes out every single day is just ridiculously good. So all the old heads who were huge back in the 90s, fucking, okay, well, I guess you fell off. Like what do you want me to say here? You know what I mean? Like, so there's always new shit coming out. I know I kind of went on a tangent here, but like, respect old stuff, respect new stuff. And just because you were like, I hope that answers your question.
Focus on the online as much as possible because eventually you'll become undeniable to those people.
Yeah, like focus on online and show up to in-person things. That's very, very important. You know, you don't want to just be in your little cave in your dark room all day. Definitely get out into the world. I mean, that's kind of the whole point. You know what I mean? But build an audience online. That's so important. Yeah, thank you. Give it up for Daniel. Give it up for Daniel. Yeah, come. And by the way, I'm DJing right after this, so we're gonna have some fun. Yeah. Okay. This is the second to the last question. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam, give it up for Sam. What's your question, Sam?
So, when picking like a platform to post on, do you post the same video on multiple platforms hoping one pushes more? or like what do you recommend?
So what I recommend is never pressing publish on any social media platform. Here's what I mean. Download or just make an account on an automatic posting website. I use Metricool. It is totally free. It's literally an online calendar, and you just click the date and the time, you upload everything, and it connects to TikTok, to Facebook, to Instagram, to LinkedIn, to Twitter or X. Like it posts everywhere. My content does well on Instagram. It doesn't do great on the other socials. That's something I need to figure out. But really, like, to answer your question, post everywhere, and one of the platforms will like it, or maybe all of them. So I of course, I recommend posting everywhere. But download Metricool, and like Metricool. It is a totally free software. It's a browser software. 50 free posts per month, or if you want more, there's a paid version. And it connects everywhere. And imagine if you didn't have to like go on your phone and like type in the caption and everything. It's so much better. Yeah, Metricool. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Cool. Okay, well, yeah, one more question. Yeah, come. And y'all have been a great audience. Give it up for yourself. All right, what's your name?
My name is Trust. So my question tailors to how can we, for the literacy of analytics and data, how can we help to improve our quality on which we make the videos by reading the analytics and data?
Wait, reading the legacy data? I don't know what you mean. I'm confused by your question.
Yeah, so in terms of the literacy on the analytics and data on the videos, how can we help to improve our quality on which we make the content by reading the analytics and data?
So first of all, I want to start out by saying this. If you're getting into short form, like if you currently don't have a format, the only metric, the only data point that matters is the amount of posts that you're putting out. Likes, follows, comments. That does not matter until you start to actually see an audience form. Because you're not going to know how to build an audience unless you're posting a lot. Now, when it comes to what data points matter, it completely depends on your audience. And the way that I'm going to answer that question is that you need to learn how your data points work and what matters for your own brand. Like, I would say if we want to get like technical, one of the biggest data points is how long it takes for people to swipe away. If you can make a video that's 60 seconds long and people stay looking at the video for the first 6 seconds, you have 100,000 views easy. It's like nothing. So it's stuff like that. I hope that answers your question.
Makes sense.
Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone. This has seriously been wonderful, and I just want to end by saying this. A lot of us see people doing incredibly well online. I see people absolutely crushing it online, I get 3 million views a month. I see people with 300 million views a month. The God's honest truth is that the grass is not greener on the other side. It's only greener on the other side if you're not watering your garden. So water your garden, and don't give a fuck! Woo! Thank you! Come on. Woo! All right.